Hi, this is Oren from Finnegan Runs, and we're here today to do part 2 of how to get started running. So what I'm going to do today is basically go through very simply the type of essential gear that you need to get out there and started running. People will tell you you need a wide range of accessories. That is not true. We're going to focus in on the basics and get started there. So first and foremost, you need a good pair of running shoes. A pair of running shoes will last you 700-800 kilometers. That's the recommended sort of standard. When it comes to buying your first pair, I would advise you stay clear of your normal sports store on the high street if possible, and go to a dedicated running store. Why? Because there they'll be able to analyze your running gait and will be able to offer you a selection of shoes which you can try and find which suits you best. You won't get that necessarily you will in some, but not in all high street stores. And it's better to have someone who's an experienced runner to be able to advise you in that regard. Not every shoe works for everyone. What your friend may think is the best shoe they've ever worn just may not be for you. So it's important to do that. You do not need to spend hundreds of dollars or pounds on an elite pair of carbon plated shoes that, for example, assisted Eliud Kipchoge breaking the 2-hour mark on the marathon. You just need a good, comfortable pair of running shoes. So on from the shoes, I would advise you get a dedicated pair of running socks. Why? Ultimately, with starting running, there is the risk that you may develop blisters, and dedicated running socks will help to mitigate that, thus reducing pain. So it's up to yourself on that front, but one I strongly recommend. Then you need basically a running top. You can get one from basically any sports store. This is just one example that I have. You can also get a long sleeve one like the one I'm wearing here. It depends very much on the climate conditions, but it's one thing that's very important to remember, and you won't necessarily recognize before you start running, is that for example, if the temperature was 10 degrees, when you get running and your body starts heating up, it's gonna feel like it's 10 degrees warmer. So you have to dress for that. So it's just something for you to keep in mind. But something as simple as that, or just a normal t-shirt, will be fine for you. Then a pair of running shorts is certainly an essential. Depending on the weather, again, you can go for running shorts, or some people prefer sort of leggings like this. Both are very good, very comfortable, and a good pair will last you a very long time. The key thing here is that you do not need an array of accessories when you start running. The key thing is to get comfortable running. So we're talking 1, 2, up to a maximum of 5 kilometers. So a lot of people talk about the couch 0 to 5 kilometer. What you really want to get set to is what is it like to feel comfortable running, not pushing forward with speed, but very much taking it at your own pace. You might say, well, what shouldn't I get a dedicated watch? And that's not essential to begin with, and I'm going to talk about watches and other more sort of a mid-range accessories in a later episode. But for the moment, that's all you need. You get those things, you can get out there and you can get started running. So do it. That's the end of this episode. I hope you're doing well. I hope you get out running and get some enjoyment out of it, and we'll talk hopefully in the next episode. Until then, goodbye, and please do subscribe. And any comments, questions on the gear, just add them below, and I'll do my best to respond. All the best.